Hello friends, Koolio here and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are checking out Iron Saga again because they recently came out with a major update that I think is really great. Now, one of the other reasons why I'm actually kind of excited to jump back in and play Iron Saga is this is a game that I've actually had on my radar since it officially launched. Like, when the game officially came out, I made the video about it, I enjoyed it for a couple of days, but then I ultimately ended up dropping the game while I was covering other games. However, I've been keeping my eye on the game ever since launch date, specifically following their social media pages and kind of checking out all the different updates that they come up with this game. Now, this new major update that it just released is in regards to the UI itself. That's like the biggest thing, is the fact that the game's UI has changed. They're like, enjoy a brand new Iron Saga with a bunch of brand new features, and please check the new arrivals. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff. For example, they've added the co-pilot system. They have a new UI, which that was one of the major things that actually drew me back to kind of play the game again, is because of the new UI, which I think looks really great. Fundamentally and based off of features, it's not super different from the previous UI. It just looks a lot cleaner and a lot sharper. They've added in a new battle pass, which I will talk about because I actually have a couple of mixed rewards with that. But then they've added in a whole bunch of other stuff, like new high level cap. They've added in new pilots. There's a bunch of stuff. Now, this is a game I feel like they constantly update like a lot. Like, this game has updates pretty consistently, and I think it's actually really great. Now, before we actually jump in and play some of the game and actually talk about the experience that I've had with the game recently, I do want to show you guys the actual UI itself. Now, the biggest changes to UI is they've had like a color scheme change. They made things look sharper and cleaner. But I think one of my favorite aspects of the new change, it has to be the UI specifically for like the pilots and stuff. It just looks so much cleaner than the way that it was before. The last time I played, I felt like the UI for specifically for the pilots was really cluttered. It didn't look very good, but honestly, like, it's looking a lot better now, and I really appreciate that. This is one of my main pilots. She is fantastic. I love her. She has so many skins, you guys, like a crazy amount of skins for this character. I didn't realize like how many skins and how many great waifus that this game really did have. One of the other things that they introduced too, and let's go ahead and actually talk about that. This is where I have a little bit of some mixed feelings for, but is a battle pass. Now, my personal opinion on battle passes is I think they are a great way to monetize a game. It allows for extra free rewards for players, and then for those of us that want to spend money, if we really want to get the most out of the money that we spend, it entices us to play every single day. However, when it comes to this game's battle pass, they've kind of gone a little bit step forward with it. I don't know exactly how I feel about it. Now, you have the C activity, the A activity, and the S activity. The C activity is the free one. This is all the rewards that you're gonna get completely for free at level 1, or yeah, once you get to level 1, you're gonna get 10 tickets for 10 summons, which I think I have enough to do for today's video too. And then you get a bunch of other prizes and stuff as you go along. Then you have the A pass and the S pass, which I believe you have to unlock individually. So it's about 10 bucks for the A pass and then 25 bucks for the S activity pass. Now, I don't know, because it doesn't really specifically say if you unlock both of them, if you buy one of the other ones. So that's kind of the thing that I'm like a little bit iffy on, the fact that they have two different premium battle passes. I'm not the biggest fan of that. But other than that, I've been having an absolute blast with the game. And this is one of those games that I've actually been playing casually every single day. Like, I've added this to the list of games that I actually play, okay? So one of the other things too that's been pretty cool kind of coming back to the game is there's a whole bunch of free rewards that the game's giving out. So not only are you doing like sign-in and Novus rewards, but they also have like a comeback reward. So if you're a player that's played in the past and you want to come back, they're giving out a ton of stuff. Like, look at that, I got just another 10 summon vouchers. So there's a lot of rewards going on in the game right now, and it's been pretty fantastic. So let's go through and collect a bunch of our other stuff. Now, another aspect of the game that I usually don't pay attention to when it comes to other games, I like never do this, but it's the fact that the story in this game is actually pretty interesting. Over on their social media pages, they've been going through and talking to some of their high-end level players, and it's been so fascinating to kind of go through and read what the high-end level players think about the game, and specifically some of their tips and tricks and stuff like that. One of the ones that they actually ended up talking about, one of the guys, was to pay attention to the actual story. Now, the story that I'm going through right now is pretty insane. There is a mech called the Anubis. and it has a pilot named Nadia. Now, the Anubis used to have a previous pilot that I believe died like a long time ago. This is like an ancient mech. Now, the mech has this crazy weapon that they just use in the story, and like the music right now is freaking sweet for this. They just use this weapon to wipe out like an entire battalion of enemy soldiers within minutes. Like, this thing destroyed everything. It was so powerful that the higher, like the big Vaca army is what they're called, ended up having to retreat because one of their units was destroyed instantly. So this is kind of the story that I'm going through right now, but it's so cool to kind of actually pay attention to this story because like I love mechs and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to kind of see how the story's been playing out. And it's cool because the Anubis mech itself sort of has its own personality and it's kind of alive. And for a long time, it was kind of waiting for that pilot, which it would like bow down to and give its power to. And I don't know, it's been interesting to kind of go through and listen to the story or read through the story because the way that it's written now is more like a book. So the two girls didn't notice it, but the Anubis and the pitch black mecha seem to be staring directly at one another, their locked gazes generating a complex and delicate aura. Here we go, we're gonna jump into some battle real quick. Now that's the Anubis. The Anubis looks so freaking cool. Here we go. So Elaine and Nadia, can you still fight? Yeah, let's do this. All right, then. I'll leave the enemies here to you. If you need help, just ask. Now, I do know when the game launched officially, a lot of people were kind of complaining about the English translations, but I know the developers like fixed it within like a day. And I have to say like, yeah, every once in a while, there may be like a little grammatical error here or there, but like the story is pretty good. It's dark and I like the war aspect of it and the different factions. This is definitely one of my favorite parts is this whole Anubis dude right here. He's so freaking cool. Now, another aspect of the game that I've had to kind of change my mind on was the actual combat. Because lately I've been trying to find an idle game that I could really sink my teeth into. And one of the top players in one of the recent tweets was kind of talking about how the combat in this game is definitely more idle. Don't go into this game kind of expecting you to kind of manually control most of your characters and things like that. This is a game that's definitely like more of an idle game. It's all about setting up your team and stuff like that. So I've gone into the aspect or changed my mindset with this game to think, okay, this is more of an idle game. The combat isn't the focus of it. It's about collecting crazy looking mechs, listening and like paying attention to the story, which is actually really, really good. And then collecting awesome waifus and things like that. So we're going to go through and finish this story off. I want the Anubis mech so bad just because of its basic story is so cool. So here we go. We're almost finished with this. Gonna take this guy down. And I think what we'll do is we'll go and do some summons because they have some sweet raid up summons right now that I really want. So after the fighting continues for many hours, the Vaca army collapses. They give up all resistance, even dropping their weapons and equipment to flee in disarray. In the course of the battle, Vaca's 7th Division has been almost entirely wiped out, and the 3rd Division has suffered heavy casualties. And then it gives you what you know. So on the Alliance side, less than 50 humanoid mechas and roughly 100 armored combat vehicles. So you have the Alliance and you have the Vaca army kind of fighting against each other. So level 14 against and up to level 15. These are the two pilots. This was a story mission. There wasn't really anything for me to do right there. Now, as I've been kind of playing through the game and collecting as many rewards and stuff as possible, I've noticed like it does give out quite a decent amount of rewards if you want to be able to go and collect new mechas and stuff like that. But a lot of like the high-end level players kind of talk about how like don't really focus too much on tier lists with this game. Just find the mechs and the pilots that you like and work on building them up yourselves. Like try to figure out a way how to incorporate all of that stuff. So let's go ahead. We're gonna head over to the store because I've been kind of saving up a lot of my gems so that we can do a 10-time summon. And they just gave me like almost 700 today. So we've got this one, which has the drop rate up for, I'm trying to remember what the name of the character is called. Nidhogg, which looks super, super dope. And then they have this other one too. This one's called the Breaking Dawn. Now I kind of want the Breaking Dawn because it looks super, super cool. But at the same time, the Nidhogg one does look really cool too. So gosh, the mechs in this game are freaking awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Breaking Dawn. Okay, new mech, a Bloody Bird. Okay, we already had that one. Hercules. See, look, even like something like that. Oh, Belial. Do I already have a Belial? I feel like I already have Belial though. And even like the basic mechs look so cool. I think that's it. I think, okay, let's see. So we did end up getting a triple S, this one right here. Let's head back to my hangar. I kind of wish that the summoning animation in this game was better, but that's okay. Is Belial new? Whoa, Belial's freaking huge, dude. Look at this guy. Okay, and then you can go to the settings if you want to see what the actual character looks like. Okay, he is pretty dope looking, but I think he only has... Oh, dang, look at that. Dude, I freaking love the mechs in this game. His weapon designs and stuff. So Belial, triple S rank, ancient mecha, LM68 Belial. It battled against one of the 12 grand gods Anubis at River Nile during the Doomsday Battle. No one knows the result of the battle. They could only see ruins spreading for tens of miles after the battle. I think that could have been the mecha that I was just recently using in the story, but definitely gonna have to equip that to one of my other characters. But I've been really, really enjoying the game so far. It's definitely for me been more of a casual experience coming back into it. Kind of think of it as more of an idle game where I can collect really cool mechs and waifus and stuff like that. So, but I gotta say, gosh, the art in this game is so cool. Again, so there's this guy, the Valkyrie S. And then I've got, see, there was one other one that I really, really liked. I just got this guy right here. I think it's this one. Nero. Take a look at him. Yeah, he's super cool looking. Look at that. He's got 2 arts too. So there you guys go. It's kind of just like a little weird kind of comeback video. Not really like, I don't want to really say like, is this game still worth playing? I just wanted to show you guys like, this may be a game that you guys might want to jump back into or check out again with the recent update with the new UI, making it look a lot cleaner. And then honestly, my recommendation really is to kind of take it and look at it as an idle game. And you're going at it to really collect those mechs, the waifus, and then read the story, because the story is pretty good. And that's one of the biggest things that's kind of been drawing me in to continually play through the main story. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, it's a little bit of a different video. I usually don't do stuff like this, but if you guys enjoy it, a like would be super helpful. Subscribe to the channel, notification button, all that stuff. Comment down below too. What's a game that you guys play that you feel like not a lot of people play, but more people should play it? That's a lot of plays right there. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. My name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.